answered prayers. And it won't always feel like it because of everything else that's going on around you at the same time.
Rolls Royce pull up, black boy hop out. Shout out to my mother and my father, didn't pull out.
Hi guys, good morning. Good morning. And welcome back to my channel. My name is Bree if you are new here, and if you're a returning subscriber, hey girl, hey girl. I don't have it in me for my voice to get as high pitched and screechy as it usually does because it is early in the morning. I'm sorry. We're gonna be doing a smoke and yap session. I got a bunch of deep questions and I'm not gonna answer all of them, of course. We're gonna answer some of them while we smoke, and I want you guys to also answer some of these questions down below. Get your blunt ready, your coffee ready, your sparkling water, your regular water, whatever you got, get it ready. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. Become part of the family because I think that we mad cool over here. Let's just get into the video. Should I spark blunt t-shirt or should I read a question first? Who was I before I learned to perform? I just feel like that's so deep. Who was I before I learned to perform? My question is this: when do we learn to perform? I feel like it has to be at a young age, elementary school or something. Honestly, probably even before that. The moment you realize like you did something and it got you some type of praise or some type of attention, it's like, oh, if I want that attention over and over again, I have to keep doing this thing. I have to perform this thing, and then they'll give me what I want. But who was I before I learned how to perform? Honestly, I was really just a weirdo. And I'm a weirdo now, and I feel like I'm getting back to myself on the weird scale. But I feel like as a kid, especially like elementary school, there was parts of me that like was really weird. A lot of the things that was really like lame back then, anime and like the fan fiction and shipping and all that stuff, and like reading manga and like the lovey-dovey, the shoujo, the josei, the isekai. Like I was into all of that, and at the time it just wasn't the thing. Anime wasn't popping back then. Well, I mean, it was always popping. If you ask me, anime never was not popping, okay? But it wasn't popping for like the masses, like how it was like in my little 10-year-old brain. And I feel like I let people bully me out of that, and then for a long period of time I was just really uncomfortable, having a hard time figuring out what I enjoy. And as an adult now, I still have a hard time sometimes figuring out what it is that I enjoy, because I feel like I let myself get bullied out of the things that I did enjoy, and then it's like, well, I'm a different person now, so I don't enjoy all of those things as much as I did. So it's like I'm in this period of trying to rediscover what I like to do and like what brings me joy and what makes me happy, obviously outside of talking to Jesus, okay? Imagine you and I are having a hot box session, okay? I'm passing you the blunt. Did you take the blunt? Hit the blunt, friend. What would I be doing if I wasn't afraid of being judged? I think that I am doing what I would be doing if I wasn't afraid of being judged. I told y'all before I had a YouTube channel, and on my previous YouTube channel, I don't feel like I was truly being myself the way I wanted to be myself. Part of me felt like I was performing, like I was seeing what was doing well. I felt like I needed to fit this specific mold if I like really wanted to get somewhere in social media, and it just wasn't me. And now I have a YouTube channel, and the focus is on being me, being myself, being comfortable being myself, and then creating content out of that, as opposed to trying to create content emulating somebody else, something else that I'm just not. Oh, these questions kind of deep, and I ain't even really hit the blunt yet. Like, I'm trying to like not go too hard because I'm only gonna answer as many questions as I have a blunt for. Part of me feels like I should have rolled more than one. What's something that I'm currently holding on to that's quietly draining me? That's a good question. If any of you guys have answers to any of these questions, please do answer down below. Something I keep holding on to that's quietly draining me. These questions are really deep. I feel like personally attacked. I'm gonna say I don't like to be mad, and I don't like to be angry and have negative feelings. So when I feel them, I get frustrated at myself. Something I think I'm holding on to is like that I've been trying to release, but I feel like it's there because I've been trying to reconcile with like realizing what really happened to me was my previous relationship, just overall how bad it was, how much I was being manipulated, how much I allowed myself to go through, how not great of a person. I also feel like I was. I feel like I reconciled that first. I was really upset at myself, and now it's more of me being upset at myself for allowing all of that stuff to happen to me when I have control and free will. And it's like, why weren't you using your free will? Why weren't you using the control God gave you? But I understand that's a part of being manipulated. Don't do what I'm doing. Don't smoke in bed. How do I show up for myself when nobody's watching? I'm gonna be honest, I be talking to God. The best way I can show up for myself, the first thing I do, pray to God. Ask God to help me, guide my footsteps, you know, his will be done. I got a lot to do. God, help me prioritize. You know what I'm saying? The next thing, which might sound crazy, just making myself do things. If I know I have a lot to do, I just be like, girl, you just gotta do it. And I just like get up and go do it. It might sound simple, but honestly, that'd be like really, really, really hard. And getting myself to get up and then go do the things, whether the camera is on or not or whatever, or I'm telling people or not, that's me showing up for myself. That's me getting myself up. That's me getting myself, you know, together. That's me taking a shower. Whatever that looks like, you know, I'm doing that, making sure I get it done. I feel like I'm being way too honest, because I feel like people be like, oh, what do you do to show up for yourself? And they be saying the cutest things. The girlies be like, I go do Pilates and I write in my journal. And I think all those things are so cute. I just know that like they're not for me, and I spent a lot of time trying to do all of the things that I saw everybody else doing that they were claiming worked, and then I was getting upset that none of those things were working for me. And it's okay to take inspiration from people on the internet, but what people on the internet say is not law. And I just want to make sure that like I reiterate that to myself all the time, so that when I'm doing something, especially if it's something that looks different from what I'm seeing everybody else doing, I'm like, that is okay. It's okay. There's different ways to live life, babe. You don't gotta do what they're doing. How has my view of God changed as I healed? How has my view of God changed as I've healed? I used to have a hard time feeling like God didn't like me. He wasn't listening to me. He didn't love me. He low-key hated me. I'm like, why are you allowing all of these bad things to happen? I don't get it. What am I doing wrong? Did I do something? Like, why did you abandon me? Blah, blah, blah. Which reminds me of one of my favorite verses. For no one is abandoned by the Lord forever. And it keeps going. I'm gonna add the whole thing. But that has really helped me keep going, and reading that, and then everything that has happened in my life has made me, oh my gosh, there's so many things I could say. I really want to make sure I'm saying it in a clear and concise way. I used to think that God was just allowing bad things to happen to me because he didn't love me, or he had abandoned me, or didn't like me. And now I look back at a lot of things and I don't feel like I was being necessarily punished, or that I was forsaken by God or anything like that. I feel like a lot of things I went through, I had to go through in order to become who I am now. And now that I am a more healed person, I can look back at a lot of things that have happened to me. Like, I just spoke about my ex and like me holding on to some anger because I'm trying to reconcile with the fact that like I allowed myself to go through those things, but also that that person was doing those things to me. But in healing, I'm like, I can see why these things happen. I now see things that you were trying to reveal to me, and it just took me some years to see it. Apparently, like, that's the biggest thing. I don't look at every bad thing and feel like I'm being punished. I also recognize now that like God is a father, and like I got in trouble with my real parents. So if I got in trouble with my real parents and my real parents punished me at times, why do I think that God wouldn't punish me? Sometimes when I am going through things, I start really looking at what I'm doing. It's made me take more accountability and really look at also myself and my own actions more. I can't just put everything on God. Like, I also understand that I have free will. I can make decisions, and I make bad decisions, and then I get the consequences of those decisions. That's not God's fault. I can't be sitting here like, oh my God, God is so mad at me and he doesn't like me and he's abandoned me and this, that, and the third, when I am literally reaping the consequences of my actions. I made these decisions, I did these things, and now these are the consequences, and I'm sitting here like, oh my gosh, God, why do you hate me? Why did you abandon me? And it's like, he doesn't, he didn't, you literally brought this on yourself. Does that sound morbid? Ooh. Okay, next question. I'm gonna tweak this question because it says, if I could speak to my inner child right now, what would I say? I'm gonna switch this up and change it to my inner teen. My inner teen is what I feel like I am really working on healing, and telling her that just like, it's okay. And when I say teenage, I'm thinking more like middle school, early high school. Honestly, all teenage years, all the way from, I'm gonna just even say 12, but really it's 13 because, you know, teen. 13 to 19-year-old me. I want to tell her, God loves you. He has not forgotten you. He has not forsaken you. You will live in answered prayers, and it won't always feel like it because of everything else that's going on around you at the same time. It took me dang near until 30 to realize that you can't let where you are make you forget where you are. You will literally be living in answered answered prayers, but because there's other trials and tribulations going on at the same time, you lose sight of the fact that you are living in an answered prayer. It's easier to focus on all of the bad things than it is to focus on that one good thing. I feel like we pray for things, and sometimes God gives us those things, and other things that are happening, right? And it might be things that, because I know perspective, everything is subjective, nuance, whatever. It's something in your life that you deem as bad, even though God has blessed you with this specific thing that you prayed for, because these other things are going on. You are more focused on all of the bad things that are happening, and because you are focusing on all of the bad things that are happening, you're forgetting that you are an answered prayer. God did give you that desire of your heart, and you're feeling like he abandoned you because this other bad thing is going on. And I guess this goes back to healing. In healing, I've really learned to shift my perspective in a lot of things, because a lot of things are about perspective. You know, glass half full, half empty. That's super head ass, and I understand that. I'm sorry, I get it. But it's the truth. It's like when bad things happen, or I don't even want to say bad things all the time, when anything happens, you know, I really do try to look at it from a different perspective. Like, this thing right here seems really crappy. What could be the good in this? What could God be doing? And I'm not God, and I'll never be God. I'm never gonna know what God's doing. I'm never gonna fully understand. But in shifting perspective and understanding that all things do come together for my good, and God is not doing things to purposely hurt me. God is trying to do things to better me. I cannot be sitting in this thing thinking that the world is ending, it's woe is me, and focus on just that bad thing, because then I'll miss all of the beautiful blessings. I have a great testimony about God, and about how he really does do things to protect you, and God will let you see what he was trying to protect you from. If you are really being stubborn and it's like, no, I gotta see for myself. I'm finally at a place in life where I feel so much better about talking about my situations, because I know that I'm not a corporate girly, nor do I want to be a corporate girly, and I can talk about certain things in certain situations and certain feelings and feel more comfortable telling y'all now, because I know I'm not going back to that setting. It's not gonna affect anything. I really wanted to work at Finish Line. I had been applying to Finish Line from 2018 to 2021 when I got the job. Y'all, I got this job at Finish Line. I had constantly been getting rejected. My answers, I was trying to make them a little bit better every time. I was not understanding why I was not getting the job. I kept not getting the job, okay? I'm like, God, what is it? Is it me? It's really me not getting a job right out of college. It was affecting my self-esteem too, y'all. Like, I did not get a job out of college right after I graduated. Like, I really struggled. It was like really hard for me. Okay, so anyways, time jump. I'm already feeling like, is it me? Whatever. You know, I've been at Groupon for a while. I had left Groupon. I went to this other job. I was at this job for like 2 weeks before I quit, because I finally got the job at Finish Line, y'all. I was so happy. It was in merchandising. My original major was fashion. I changed it to marketing because I realized that a fashion degree was absolutely pointless, and to be honest, you would be better off getting a degree in something in business and then going into fashion. That's based on a career project that we did, where we actually had to research jobs that you can get in fashion and the degrees that you need for those jobs, and all of them required you to have some type of degree in business. Some of them required art, and the ones that required art were jobs that you could basically, you be broke and homeless. And that right there made me change my major. I was like, that was the most realistic slice of life thing you could have done for me. Thank you. I will be changing my major, and I did. I'm getting sidetracked. That was a derailment. I'm sorry. I have been getting rejected from this job time after time. I had multiple interviews over the years, okay? Was getting rejected every single time. I have been talking to the same recruiter, everything. I finally get the job, y'all. Pick up my life, move to Indianapolis, everything, all the things. Found an apartment. Y'all, why did they fire me 2 weeks later? I'm not exaggerating. I got fired 2 weeks later. They said, mind you, let me tell you what they said, and then I'm gonna tell you more about the experience. Okay, because baby, this done went from answering questions to whole story time. They were like, you're not getting it fast enough. It's been 2 weeks. I must be being gaslit. I'm thinking this now. I'm like, I must have been being gaslit, and y'all just did not like me. That's really what it had to be, because it's really at will, and you really can get rid of me for any reason. But when you're telling me why you're letting me go, you have to tell me something. I think they just didn't like me, because I'm like, I was in the same trainings that everybody else was in, and I was answering the same questions correctly. Everybody else was answering and doing the same things right that everybody else was doing. How wasn't I getting it fast enough? Let me give y'all some more tea. It was only 2 black people in the training group. It was me and this guy. They let me go, and they moved him from the team that we were on and moved him over to the Macy's team. And basically, I'ma just give y'all the real, because I don't work there, and I don't care. If you got moved to the Macy's team, that was their way of saying they thought you was shitty. You couldn't do a good job, but you could do decent enough. We the two black people. Now we're done. You were finished. We're done. I'm literally so livid because like at that point I'm feeling like, am I stupid? And multiple things happened after that, but I'll say all of that to say and come back to my point. A very long-winded way of saying, like, you know, short story long. God will literally be protecting you. He will protect you. He will protect you. The thing is that when you want something really bad, you don't understand that God is protecting you. You just see what you want and you want it. And at the time, that was truly what I desired. And I feel like God loves me so much and understood that that was such a true desire of my heart. And at the time, I could not get it through my head that the rejection was genuinely for a reason. I got the job and then I immediately lost it. But I was able to put it on my resume and it was able to help me get other jobs. And you can't tell me that's anything but the beautiful grace and mercy of God. God did all of that. God set all of that up. He did not allow me to be there for a long period of time because I believe that God knows way more than I know. And that long term, it would have not been a good situation. I don't think I was supposed to be there for a long period of time. I genuinely feel like God was just showing me something. That is my biggest example of God just blatantly being like, here, damn. I'm gonna show you then. He gave me that desire of my heart, or what I felt, what I thought was a desire of my heart, and he showed me why his way was so much better. I could not see that in the moment, and even some years past that, I still didn't see it. It still bothered me. I still could not understand why it happened, and it has taken me until now to really look at the situation and see it for what it was. And because I know that I will never fully understand God, I know that there's more nuance to it that I will never know. There's so many things that were affected because of that I will never know, that God knew. And he knows. This has got so deep. I'm so sorry. I just had to talk about how good God is. Because a lot of these questions, like, it really got me thinking. God really is so good. Y'all, okay, I'm back. I'm back after a brief intermission. My camera died, so since it was dead, I took my dogs out, everybody pooped, and I re-rolled because I was not done answering questions. What's something I wish someone had told me sooner? I don't know. What's my Delulu dream life and why do I secretly believe it's possible? My Delulu dream, oh, I'm being like mad honest right now, y'all. Honestly, truly, my Delulu dream life would be to be a full-time content creator and business owner. I would love for my skincare line to pop off some more, but my ultimate dream is to have merch. I really want to be a full-time content creator and I want to make merch. I've already drafted it up, concocted it, got the website, just gotta get my LLC, like, gotta have the people also that want it. Like, I believe in it so much, but yeah. And then I secretly believe it's possible, one, because with God, all things are possible. If it's his will, it's gonna happen. And two, because the boom of influencers, like the way that I have seen, and I know, you know, you guys have seen people like really come up off social media, creating content, UGC, all of those things. And I do think it's cool, and I really do just want to work for myself. I'm just not amazing in the corporate setting. I feel like at this point, I've seen so many people of all different types of walks and backgrounds have successful YouTube channels. I'm like, okay, if I really put my mind to it, I'm serious, I'm consistent, I pray about it, I'm like really true and authentic to myself this time, I can do it. Because I've been monetized before, so I'm like, if you've been monetized before, why can't you get monetized again? But then there's always that like little bit of doubt, and I know that's the devil, that's them seeds of doubt trying to plant themselves. But I just be having to shut that up and not give it a chance to grow, because I can't let that negativity get to me. At the end of the day, everybody's not gonna be able to do it, but I just gotta believe that I can be one of the people that does it. I hope y'all answer some of these with me in the comments, for real, because I want to know, if you could delete one personality trait for 24 hours, what would it be? There's this like low-key defensive personality trait where like I hear somebody saying something in regards to everybody, but if I think and I peep something that I did that also falls into that category, I feel like you're talking about me. Like, if I could just totally wipe that and just like the personality trait of mine that just takes everything personal, even though I know I shouldn't be taking everything personal, and then just like have sincere conversation, I feel like I could really have some good conversations and learn more things about people, because there wouldn't be that whisper of they're talking about you, they're talking about you, they're talking about you. What's something that you're good at but still don't give yourself credit for. I think I'm a decent editor, but saying it out loud, especially to my camera, and then editing this, I don't know how I'm gonna feel. I really try to cut out a lot of like fluff and stuff I feel like would be boring or like wouldn't be interesting to y'all, because I got ADHD. And if I'm watching my video and at any point I start to get bored, I'm thinking like people would also get bored. I be acting like I'm not good at anything, and I'm just like, girl, you gotta chill. Like, God gave you talents. Stop acting like he didn't. Cheers. How do I want to feel in the next chapter of my life? I hope to feel more confident in myself, more confident in my discernment, more confident in when I'm hearing the voice of God, and like not doubting myself and wondering if it's something else, if it's me, like if it's, you know, just negativity, me remembering somebody else, something else like that. I definitely want to step into the next chapter more confident. Eventually I want to be a mom, and I know that it's not going to be perfect, but I would really like to step into motherhood with just at least a different level of confidence, a different level of spiritual confidence, and just knowing that God's got me, because I already know that there's going to be some really hard days, and I've already had some hard days, but it's like now it's hard days with children. I'm gonna have to pull myself together, because like right now I have my dogs that depend on me, so like that's life. But then like a child depending on me to be okay, like that's just a whole another level of like, Jesus, I need you, okay? What about your life would you never change? And I think that's a good question, because I think so often we ask ourselves, if we could change one thing, what would it be? It's always about us changing something. What do we like about ourselves? What do we like about our lives? What do we consistently like about our situation that we're in, this life that God has given us? Like, that's a good question. It's really got me thinking, because I really have only ever think about things that I could change. I don't know. Something about my life that I would never change. I'm really trying to think cautiously, because there's power of life and death in the tongue, and it's like, okay, if I say this, and then it never changes. My emotional honesty, I think that it makes life harder, and my cadence really messes people up. I don't necessarily think it translates so much sometimes on camera, because I'm like just talking to my camera, you know. But like in conversation, I don't know why I'm laughing. It's funny because it's awkward, but I think I wouldn't change that. The amount of times that my emotional honesty has also made other people feel good, it makes it worth the awkwardness of it, I guess. And then the other thing I would say that I would never change about my life is taking care of life. I take care of a lot of life right now. Like, I have 3 dogs, technically. Why did I do this? Technically 4, because my Dalmatian, but he lives with my parents. So yeah, I have 4 dogs, and then I have a whole lot of plants that I take care of. I try to make sure are growing and thriving and healthy, and it's not easy. It's really hard, and sometimes I do think about what life would be like if I wasn't taking care of so much life. Would I be at more peace? Like, would it be easier, etc., etc.? I think that I enjoy taking care of life like this, because I want more plants. I want my dogs to eventually have puppies. I know that that's a whole process. That's more life to have to take care of. I want to be a mom to, you know, humans, because like I consider my dogs my babies, you know. I want to be a mom. I want to experience motherhood. That's more life. That's a forever job. I mean, these are forever jobs. I really hope that you guys reflect on some of these questions, especially that one, because like God does do amazing things in your life. There should be things that we are always grateful of. Like, we should always be praising him and be grateful of things, even when life seems crappy and it's hard and it's like, what am I doing? Why am I here? Etc., etc. I don't know why this keeps getting so deep. I'm so sorry. You guys, please make sure that y'all answer some of the questions also in the comments. I want to know what you guys think, what y'all would say. How would y'all have answered? What do y'all think about my answers? What do y'all think? What do y'all think? I want to know. I'm trying to pick y'all brains, okay? Give me all the tea. Give me all the tea. If you guys enjoyed this video, you like this type of video, please make sure that you give it a thumbs up. You let me know also in the comments when y'all are answering the questions, and you guys subscribe, because if you're still here, I think you like me just like a little bit, so you should subscribe. You should join my family. I think it's real chill over here. It's a vibe. I love you so much, and you know we locked in. If you're still here and you're a real one, okay, comment below. Make sure you leave in your comment what's 4 plus 4. That's it. Make sure you comment what's 4 plus 4. Okay, that's all you gotta do. If you don't do nothing else, if you don't want to like it, if you don't want to answer the question, comment what's 4 plus 4, because I have an answer. I love you so much, twin. We locked in, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.